So, I want to do a yoga nidra with you that's going to help you back into that magical state of existence. So, I want to give you a moment to get as comfortable as possible. And actually, before we even lay down, I want to do a little work with peppermint. If I can find mine. Don't think mine is in here. I think it's in the bathroom. Anyway, if you have peppermint, or you can substitute rosemary, go for it. Let's put a little on our palms and we're just going to breathe it in. And we're doing that to cool the thoughts and clear our heads and clear our minds out. So let's just take some breaths once you have some peppermint on your palms. Breathing right into the brain. And if it feels good to have a clearing breath, sigh out the mouth. Breathing into the beliefs and the dreams and the subconscious. And a good clearing sigh out the mouth. And then finally, just breathe that peppermint into every layer of your being, cleansing, cooling, clearing. And a good clearing sigh. Now we're going to put a little bit of cedar wood on the soles of our feet. So the way I like to do this is I like to put a drop on my right palm and then use my right palm to apply it to the arch of my left foot and then just kind of massage it in there on the arch. That's my favorite way. Then we'll do the same thing. Drop on the left palm and then use the left palm to massage it into the arch of the right foot. And if you don't have cedar wood, lavender is a fine substitute as well for this one. And then we're going to do a drop of cedar wood or lavender. Sorry, not cedar wood, sandalwood, or you can substitute lavender right onto the tip of the nose. And put a little bit on the center of the forehead as well. And sandalwood is my very favorite essential oil, and I just learned something new about it. I knew it was meditative, but like other meditative and relaxing essential oils, it calms the mind, but it has this unique ability to even out our emotions. So sandalwood slows the heart rate, calms the mind, and then it just brings a stability to the emotions that's really nice. And if you happen to have a quartz or an amethyst that you'd like to hold, or not even hold necessarily, maybe place it near your head when we lay down for this yoga nidra, go ahead and do so. If not, don't worry about it. I want to give you a moment to get as comfortable as possible. If you need the fan on, go for that. I'm going to close this curtain a little bit because the sun is hot and blinding me. So let's see if it's any better. I want you to maybe stretch as long as you can, reaching the fingertips behind you, stretching the toes out forward in front of you and becoming long as you lay down. And then any movement and adjustments with the shoulders and the hips and the feet to get as comfortable as possible. And it's been a little while since we've done a yoga nidra. So I want to remind you that in yoga nidra, if you can get all the wiggles and adjustments out at the beginning and find a very still, comfortable way to lay down and not wiggle it anymore once you've settled in, you can go deeper into the relaxation. I always find that if I wiggle or move or scratch an itch, it pulls me out of the relaxation. So find that nose itch or whatever's itching, scratch it, move, whatever you got to do, and find that comfortable, still position that allows you to have deep, As Coco calls it, adult nap time. You're going to just melt into the space. As you inhale, you are drawing the earth up to hold you and support you, that wonderful, nourishing Mother Earth hold on you. And as you exhale, you are just melting and releasing, surrendering. If you're like me and you're stubborn and need to surrender more, let your next few exhales be a surrender. Not trying, not forcing, not trying to make it your way anymore. Just let those inhales be supportive and those exhales be surrendering. With your eyes closed, all comfortable now, I felt very drawn to begin this Yoga Nidra with bringing some nourishment and fluidity to our joints. For the joints represent our ability to move in a new direction in life and to flow with ease. Maybe you don't know all the new things that are coming in this new direction, or maybe you're unclear about what's next. But many of us are in a season of change and transition and uncertainty. And so if our joints are fluid and flowing, it can help our minds and emotions to be flexible and open to the new direction. As you are deeply relaxed, imagine that there is a golden light that almost looks like honey in your right knee joint. Imagine that there's like warm, flowing honey inside your right knee. The sweetness, fluidity, and then imagine that warm, glowing light helping to release any tension, stuckness, tightness, injury within that knee. And now imagine that warm golden light like honey inside your left knee doing the same thing. Melting away tension, healing old injuries, bringing smoothness, fluidity into the knee. Then bring that warm golden honey light to the right ankle, and then to the left ankle. That warm golden honey in the right hip, and that same golden honey light in the left hip. And then into the right elbow. And that fluidity is now in your left elbow. And then in the right shoulder joint. And then the left shoulder joint. Feel the release with this warm golden honey light in the neck. Right where the neck and shoulders come together. And then it moves up to where the neck and the head come together. And then this warm golden honey light brings such fluidity to your right wrist. And then your left wrist. then that fluidity moves into all the fingers on your left hand and thumb. And then it moves into all your right fingers and right thumb. And then down to all the left toes. And then the right toes. Let this warm golden honey light be softly glowing in each and every joint in your life, not only bringing flexibility, adaptability, fluidity, but also bringing with it the sweetness of movement and change, the sweetness of transition from one part of life to another. We're now going to relax the major parts of the body, one at a time. As I mention a body part, I invite you to just imagine a letting go, like a release, a surrender, a total release of effort. And let's start with the right thumb. As you think about your right thumb, it is not doing anything. It is not flexing or moving. It is in total surrender. And now bring that same sensation to the right index finger, and then the right middle finger, onto the right ring finger, and then to the right pinky finger. And then that total surrender into the right palm, and back of the right hand, into the right wrist, up to the right forearm. That total surrender moves up to the right shoulder, down to the right shoulder blade, down to the upper part of the right side of the back, right middle back, right lower back. Surrender oozes into the right glute and right hip, down into the right hamstring, smoothly flowing to the back of the right knee. Total peace in the right calf and right Achilles, the heel of the right foot, the sole of the right foot. No effort at all in the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. Smooth surrender in the top of the right foot, up into the right ankle, into the right shin, to the front of the right knee, right quadricep, right hip crease, right side of the abdomen, right rib cage, right side of the chest, right collarbone. Just simply, effortlessly observe how the right side of the body feels different from the left. we now shift our awareness to the left thumb. Blissful surrender in the left thumb. Left index finger. Left middle finger. Left ring finger. Left pinky finger. Sweet surrender in the left palm. In the back of the left hand. Letting go in the left wrist. Into the left forearm. Up to the left elbow. Into the right tricep. In the left tricep. In the left shoulder. And down to the left shoulder blade. Left side of the upper back. Left side of the mid back. Left side of the lower back. Left glute. Left hip. Left hamstring. Back of the left knee. Left calf. Left Achilles. Left heel. Sole of the left foot. Peace in the left big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. And baby toe. Then to the top of the left foot. Left ankle. Left knee. Left quadricep. Left hip crease. Left side of the abdomen. Left rib cage. Left side of the chest. Left collarbone. And then notice from the base of the neck all the way to the tips of the fingers and toes. The body is totally surrendered and at ease. No effort. Now let's bring that same sweet release to the neck, the throat, the right side of the jaw, the left side of the jaw, the right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, left ear, right ear, the back of the head, the left nostril, the right nostril, bridge of the nose, right eye, left eye, left eyebrow, right eyebrow, right side of the head, left side of the head, back of the head, the forehead, now the entire crown of the head, complete surrender. Now bring that same sense of effortlessness and surrender to the mind, the beliefs, the emotions, Everything is at ease, effortless, and surrendered. From here, we will deepen the relaxation with a backwards count, starting with the number 88 and continuing backwards all the way to 0, or until I ask you to release the count. And as we count, we are not moving our lips or our mouths, simply sensing, imagining the numbers in our mind's eye. And we will tie in the word surrender with the numbers. I surrender 88. I surrender 87. I surrender 86. Continue at your own pace until I ask you to release the count. Wherever you are with the count, simply let it go as if it never existed. Now that you are deeply relaxed, imagine that you find yourself at the base of an extraordinarily beautiful mountain. It looks like something you would see in pictures of Tibet or Western China or Nepal. You find yourself here because you've been told that a wise and powerful elderly monk, rumored to be hundreds of years old, lives here on this mountain. You've journeyed all the way here to find this monk. And you are fortunate enough to have a local guide who can show you the way to the monk's home. You are just beginning your journey. The backpack and hiking boots, and a guide showing you the way. And you have a big walking stick to navigate the rough trail, where there are no roads that go to where this monk lives. Just rocky trails surrounded by breathtaking scenery. Imagine the sights of snow-covered mountains off in the distance. There are hawks circling in the sky overhead. The sun is bright, but it's not hot because you are high up in the mountains. One thing that stands out is the complete lack of any human-made sounds, aside from your footsteps. There are no sirens here, no airplanes, no motorcycles, no cars, no trucks, no honking horns, just birds chirping, the breeze. Imagine that you are in awe every step of the way along this mysterious trail, high up in the mountains, to the home of this very wise and ancient monk, rumored to hold the secrets of life. After much time has passed, hiking and climbing higher and higher and higher, suddenly you see in the distance a little wooden house with a chimney and wispy smoke rising out of the chimney. You feel a little excited and apprehensive at first as you approach the monk's doorway. But all of these emotions melt as you hear the voice within before you even knock at the door. And the wise elderly voice you hear says, "My child, please come in." As you enter the monk's home, you're a little surprised because you had expected that this monk would be very somber and stoic. Yet he has the biggest smile, the most contagious smile. It is beyond a smile. In fact, this monk seems to have the permanent look of jolly laughter tattooed to his face. It's like you can't even imagine this monk looking angry or sad. He invites you to sit at a small wooden table inside his beautiful little home. It's almost like something a hobbit would live in, because everything is made of wood and hand carved. The wooden furniture, the wooden walls, the wooden framed doors. The kind old monk pours you a steaming cup of the most delicious and unrecognizable tea you've ever had. You don't know what's in it, but it tastes heavenly. And he gives a generous scoop of the sweetest honey to go with it. This older wise monk says he's been expecting you, which surprises you, as you had no way of contacting him before your journey. For he doesn't appear to have Wi-Fi or even a phone in his home. But he does say to you, "I have the knowledge that you've been seeking, but it may be different than what you've expected." And then he says to you, "Would you like to see the most magical thing on planet Earth?" And you nod excitedly, of course you would. continues on. You must close your eyes and promise to have an open mind and an open heart. Are you willing and able to do just that? Again, you nod vigorously and close your eyes. In a few seconds, the monk says, "Okay, now you may open your eyes." In front of your face, he is holding what appears to be a small, ancient, wood-framed mirror. Your instant reaction is disappointment. Yet the jolly old monk just chuckles as he tells you to look deeper into the mirror. Remembering that you had promised to keep an open mind and an open heart, something happens as you peer into this ancient and somewhat tarnished mirror. You are no longer looking at your reflection through the eyes of judgment and lack. The image you see looking back at you takes on a new glow, a confidence, a beauty that you've never seen in your reflection in any other mirror before. The jolly old monk continues, "People from around the world come to my humble home because they hear that I possess some hidden piece of ancient wisdom. And every time I have a visitor, I simply do the same thing I just did with you." He goes on, "You see, most spiritual seekers are on a quest to find the solution, the answers, or even some sort of holy grail outside of themselves. And it's been right inside of them all along." He says, "Let those who have the spiritual eyes to see, the spiritual ears to hear, and the spiritual minds to accept that the most profound truths are not, quote, out there, but they've always been right inside." You take a pause as you absorb his words and try to process them. You have heard similar messages at various times in the past from other people. But for some reason, maybe it was the remote and exotic mountain location of this monk's home. Maybe it was the exhaustion from your journey to get here, or even just the jolly simplicity of the monk. For whatever reason, his words seem to be sinking in and clicking in your mind and in your heart. The monk gifts you the mirror, and before bidding you a good return journey home, he says, "In the future, before you run to the priest, or to a book, or to a guru, or to a therapist, remember that you have access to all the magic and wisdom of God within yourself." I want to invite you to remain relaxed as long as possible. There is no rush to leave this state of deep relaxation. While we are still in it, without any effort, simply with intention, let's send some love and light and protection to Mai, since her home definitely was flooded in the typhoon. Just from your heart beaming out a beam of love and light with the intention of divine protection. Remain relaxed as long as you like. I will, in a moment, end the broadcast. When you do decide to get up, take your time and do so ever so slowly. And have a nice cup of tea or glass of water. I look forward to seeing you next week for some soul messages and cards.